So we are back, guys, with Linus Lightning Luxury. And we are starting off with Linus against Misdreavus today. And we immediately have a problem, since we do not have Shadow Ball, so our only attacking moves are ground and normal, therefore we can't even hit the Misdreavus. And we also do not have a good answer to the Misdreavus, honestly. If it's the Parish song set, I'm kinda screwed. Okay, so we both swap. It was probably afraid of my Shadow Ball. So I'm in a good advantage here. Can throw out a Thunderbolt with Emperors for free, basically. And now we are up against the Scepters. I'll just throw out another Thunderbolt, honestly. And my opponent has Blissey. Okay, so my opponent immediately brings out the perfect special wall in this game. Annoying, honestly. So I go into VilePlume, hopefully dodging the Toxic here. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. We could either try to Sleep Powder something, or we just throw the Sludge Bomb. I tend to go for the Sludge Bomb, honestly, because Blissey might just try to set up a Wish and swap, so the sleep would be kinda wasted, since it heals immediately. And we catch the Scepters coming in, and immediately poisoning it. That's good. And I will just throw out another Sludge Bomb here, honestly, because not really sure what Scepters could even do to me here, honestly. And we catch also the Misdreavus with another Poison proc, so that's pretty good. We have Aromatherapy, so we are in a decent position if we get status. I'm just a bit afraid of the Parish Song strats here, maybe. So the question is, what should we do? I think we'll just keep throwing out Sludge Bombs, honestly. And we get the Blissey coming in. Okay, so good thing we didn't swap. The Sludge Bombs go kinda crazy here, honestly. And here you can also see that Blissey is really bad in the physical defense. And we get another poison with the Sludge Bomb, okay. Wow, VilePlume is actually insane here right now. That's pretty hard. And kinda considering what we should do here, because Cabotops usually wants to set up with the Sword Dance, I guess. Since it has a berry. So what is the play here? Because we can't outspeed it except with Mew, but Mew won't one-shot and Linus won't either. So I'm considering either going for the Regirock with the Earthquake, which seems a bit safer for me. So I go into Regirock, so my opponent swaps a lot here. Quite interesting, honestly. And I will just press Rock Slide. Maybe he brings in Kingler. Yeah. Okay. So Kingler maybe is Choice Bandits. So I actually have to check here if Kingler can just deal with my Emperors here. So it's Select Berry and it has plus to attack after a Sword Dance. Okay, so it would definitely deal with my Emperors if it's set up. It's actually kind of dangerous for me after it's set up, so I just explode here, honestly. And it goes for the Surf, okay. No idea why it should do that, honestly, but alright. Guess that's okay. Yeah, like honestly, there's no reason why you shouldn't just go for the Sword Dance here and try to sweep. Okay, so Ice Beam is a bit problematic from the Lugia now. So we bring in the Emperors. It's a bit safer for me to go for the Emperors, honestly, than to the VilePlume. And I swap into the VilePlume because I expect a Blissey swap here, so that's good, we got that. Because Blissey otherwise would have got a free heal with Soft Boiled. We kinda poisoned his entire team except Lugia so far. So basically his entire team is on a counter because he doesn't have status recovery. So that's pretty insane, honestly. Ice Beam did 35% to me. My Sludge Bomb did 56 with a crit. So there's actually a good chance that I just speed it if I just keep Sludge Bombing. And I honestly think I will do that, honestly, because there's no harm in going for that, I guess. Okay, so it goes for the core mindset now. Okay, so I choose the poison strat again. Okay, so with the Sludge Bomb and the poison, at least I deal a similar amount than it heals. And now I just go into Mew because I can just transform into the Lugia and just copy its stat boosts. So that's basically free for me. So what will he do? So he goes for the Ice Beam. Okay, I do not get frozen. That's good. So now we are at the same situation, except that I am stronger. Or in a better position due to not being poisoned. Not stronger. We are at the same level here, honestly. Okay, but still it's not free yet. So he has to recover. Okay, I should have gone for the roll here. For the speed tie, I mean. Okay, so Ice Beam Freeze could still be devastating for me. So I will just keep attacking this time. Okay, we get another speed tie win. So yeah, luck definitely was a bit on my side this game, honestly. Like, I poisoned basically everything with the Sludge Bombs. Most of the times after the first attack. So I feel kind of bad for my opponent here. But yeah, nothing we can do about it now, honestly. So there's basically no harm in staying in. I've won anyway, I guess. So I'm just gonna press Ice Beam here. I get a crit. Wow, okay. So I'm really lucky here. Yeah, also a bit surprised even that my opponent took this long to surrender. So yeah, sorry about that. But still, well played. And yeah, then we will see each other in a second for our next random battle. So we're back, and this time we're starting off with Jump Love against Cloyster. Quite a bad start, honestly, because it can one-shot me with Ice Beam. And I do not have a special grass move. And I also do not have it on Cradily. My team is basically full physical. So that's kinda bad, honestly. So I'm going into Ditto right now. Okay, it actually chose the Ice Beam. And I pressed Transform. I was maybe expecting spikes. So I thought maybe I can transform into Cloyster and then just spike as well. But let's see what he brings in versus Ditto. So he's probably considering what his worst or best one is in this case. So his worst one, which would be the best for me to transform, I guess. So I will also try to spike up here. Okay, so he has 3 layers, I have 2. I hope I win the speed tie now, because he might explode. Okay, so he goes for Surf, and I will press Explosion here. Okay, I outspeed this time, that's alright. And now my Jump Love can just kill the Cloyster. I don't have to show a new Pokemon that I have. And if it swaps out, he basically dooms it anyway due to the spikes. Still, I might have swapped it out just so that you have a sec later. But that depends whether I have a good switch in against Jump Love with the spikes. So maybe something that also is flying type. So let's see what he brings in now. So he brings in Eradicate, okay. He brings in Eradicate. So now is the question whether I can do anything here. That's kind of interesting right now, honestly. So is Eradicate usually Choice Bandit? And if so, can I survive anything is the question. So I basically survive everything, even with the Choice Band, okay? So I'm gonna press Leech Seed. He double edges, okay. Okay, and I get some healing, that's good. And now I'm just gonna protect once. He's gonna double edge again. Get another healing off. And my HP flying does at least 27%. So I can just kill the Eradicate here. Okay, so I recovered some HP from the double edge here. And my opponent forfeits again. Okay, so that was very quick. Still, we were still in an okay position from both sides, so my jump love is also half-life, but jump love is really annoying, so I can understand why you wouldn't want to battle it, especially with 3-layer spikes up. But yeah, since this was so quickly, I guess we are going for a third game, so see you in a second. So, this time we are starting off with my Cargo against Groudon, and Groudon is bad since it has Earthquake, so we do not want to get quaked here. I think Pelipper is my best switch in. He might just go for the Sword Dance. In this case, I would be in trouble, kind of. But I still think that swapping is a good idea. What many people forget is that Macago actually, or that fire types actually are still difficult for Groudon to switch in, because if they swap in and Groudon is only ground type, and they get hit by a sun boosted flamethrower or fire blast. We actually have fire blast, so that does even more damage. Groudon goes down quickly, so fire Pokemon often are a good answer to Groudon actually. Unfortunately my Cargo is slow as fuck and is 4 times weak to ground. So yeah, if Groudon just presses the Earthquake button, I'm one shot. So let's see why my opponent chooses what he does, how the damage is with Pelipper, because the sun is of course out. Yeah, sun is out. So Ice Beam is actually more damage than Surf. And also has the opportunity to hit other Pokemon coming in. Okay, good thing we swapped. He didn't predict and used Sword Dance, so he just Earthquaked. And we have a good attack with Ice Beam now, so let's see whether he brings something in which we can hit hard. Manectric is a good Pokemon to hit hard, I guess. Unfortunately, we do not have a great answer. So I'm actually going in for the Snorlax here, because I do not want to... I don't trust Solrock, because it also... Manectric is also crunched usually, so it can hit me very hard. So I would just go into Snorlax, my special wall, and just throwing out a few body slams here. So he either substitutes again for harder hitting Thunderbolt, or he swaps. That's what I expected. And we got the Shuckle paralyzed. So we have Thick Fat, so it can actually poison us, which is annoying. Fortunately, we have a poison immunity, which we will use, and that is Beedrill. So the only problem is, and we kind of can't really play around that, is that it can Encore us into Sword Dance. Also the paralysis on Shuckle is a bit bad, because we can't poison it now. So it's probably gonna Encore me. Still, it isn't really a good choice to just attack right away either, because Shuckle does get 0 damage if I'm not attack boosted. So let's see how my damage is after the Sword Dance. So we have Sludge Bomb and Hidden Power Bug. So those two, and HP Bug does actually around 50% damage with... sorry, there's the Choice Band activated as always, so that's stupid. So I got Encored into the HP Bug. Yeah, was kind of expecting the Encore, but at least we can fire up another attack, because otherwise he would have just Encored us into Sword Dance and he would have gotten a free switch in. Pidgeot is not... Pidgeot doesn't have leftovers, sorry. So it's probably holding a berry. And unfortunately it didn't get flame bodied here, because it did use a contact move. And now comes the fun part. I can throw out a sun boosted fire blast, and I hope my opponent just goes into Groudon. So he does, and we hit with the Fire Blast, and we get it down to 2%. So, yeah. That's pretty good. So let's see whether he... Yeah, he goes for the Sword Dance now. Unfortunately, I don't have a priority move. So, it has its downside. So we have to hope that we do not get flinched, okay? Good thing we didn't get flinched, because it could have probably caused us some trouble. Like this Manectric also, because Snorlax, so he can substitute now, his berry will boost his damage, and he can get off a strong Thunderbolt for free, basically. So we press Body Slam, and I want just to check how much the Fire Blast would have done to Groudon. With the sun out, so it was a range, and it was basically a 81.3% chance to one-hit KO, so we were kinda unlucky that it didn't one-shot, because we were risking the sweep then. Yeah, so... But if we were afraid of the Sword Dance, maybe it would have been also smarter to just sack the Macago and just press Fire Blast again, because he either would have killed us with the Earthquake, and we just would have lost Macago. And if he set up, then he wouldn't have had a big advantage. And Manectric chooses, or my opponent chooses to sack the Manectric here, okay. That's fine by me. So we have taken care of Groudon and Manectric. That's pretty good. We have still Pelipper for the Shuckle, although the sun weakens my water moves. So I'm actually thinking my hardest hitting move would be Fire Blast for Macago. So maybe it's good that we chose to preserve it, but still I think in hindsight it would have been smarter to just go into the Macago. So maybe he uses HP Ground now, yeah, guessed as much. Let's just see if that is the Choice Bandit damage. That was the Choice Bandit damage, okay. So he's Choice Bandit here. So I'm gonna go into Pelipper for the recovery. He expects the swap from me anyway. Okay, so we can expect our opponent now to just predict our moves, kind of. And Ninjask might just tries to speed boost now. So Ninjask is actually pretty broken. So it goes for the Sword Dance. Okay, so he actually tries to attack speed boost. That could be dangerous, honestly. So he's probably using Protect now, or he just boosts one time the speed and then Baton passes, okay. Steelix is pretty slow, so honestly I would have just boosted its speed again. Because 45, 46, 130... Yeah, like, it's actually not too quick, honestly. So even with one speed boost, I think there are still many mons that outrun it. So it has +1 speed, so it's at 145 speed. So I'm still quicker. And my Surf, I mean the sun is out, so it does between 45 and 53. Still, I think it was an okay play. So let's just see how we will take care of that. I'm just thinking right now. I think we will just sack the Pelipper, of course. And we get a crit, okay, that was lucky. Sacking Pelipper, I think, was the right move, because for the Shuckle we also have Soul Rock, which has a Choice Band boosted Stab Rock Slide. And since Shuckle is also paralyzed, we might even get the Para Flinch. And his other two mons are not really a threat, really. So Ninjask is basically dead. So if it tries to set up once, I just kill it. And Pidgeot is not really too much of a danger to me either. So now it's just time for the cleanup. Might even go into the Beedrill against the Shuckle. So he can definitely stall some time with Shuckle, because my only poison immunity is Beedrill. But I can also just run him out of Onkos, honestly. So it's just a switcheroo game. Just have to be careful that I do not get Sword Dance, Baton Pass, and my opponent forfeits again. So yeah, understandable. Like I said, he could have dragged things out, but I think this game was pretty safe to, yeah, for our victory, I guess. But yeah, there were some pretty good games today. So thank you guys for watching. And I hope we see each other again in the next random battle video. So, see ya.